Okay, so I'm the aromantic shipper, yada yada yada. You all saw the title of this video, and yeah, I got a confession to make. I don't like music. Now, let me explain what I mean by that. I'm not saying that I don't like music in all contexts, but in general, I'm just not a music lover or even a casual listener, and I generally find music to be really annoying and don't really want to listen to it. See, many people, they see music as a standalone art form and would be interested in cranking up the tunes in the car as they drive to work or listening to it while they work out or, even just listening to classic songs while doing nothing and trying to relax. Ha! Relaxing. Ridiculous. To many people, this would brighten up their experience. I am not like that. See, to me, if I'm in someone's car and they put the radio on, I get really annoyed and pissed off, and whenever I hear music in the background, it is just so distracting to me. I want nothing more than to eliminate the source of the sound swiftly and brutally. Unlike many people, I'm not of the belief that music has much of value on its own, and I merely view it as a purely supplemental medium. The only cases where I actually like hearing music is when it is played in a movie or TV show. Because while I am no big fan of music, I do love me some good TV and movies, and good music is no doubt incredibly important to the enjoyment of a visual medium, and can add so much more to a scene that wouldn't be there if the scene just played out without music. Imagine, for example, how epic Luke Skywalker destroying the Death Star would really be without the bombastic climactic score that is used as it happens. And speaking of Star Wars, I think everyone can agree that John Williams' musical score is utterly iconic, and the franchise would not nearly be as amazing as it is without it, except for Episode 9, because it sucks!
Somehow Palpatine returned.
And Star Wars is of course not alone. There are plenty of franchises where the music plays an absolutely integral part in the memorability and quality. The use of music can also go on to make scenes where there is no music played that much more powerful because the audience is so used to hearing music directing the flow of the emotions that when it is taken away for parts, it usually lets the audience take in the raw, haunting imagery and emotions of a scene better. So yeah, I actually do like music technically, but I only like music that is played from certain TV shows or movies. I mean, I would much rather listen to compilations of Avatar: The Last Airbender themes than any random song on radio or Spotify any day. This also leads to another thing that I've noticed, which is that not only can great music elevate a scene, but a scene can also end up elevating great music. As I said before, I don't really think that music has much value by itself, and one of the main reasons why is because I don't really get any of the context behind it. Even if a song is trying to portray a story or event of some particular emotional state, I can't really get into it. I feel absolutely nothing when I hear a band member sing about how he wants his baby girl back for the 10th time, which might be because I'm aromantic and can't relate, but also because I haven't been shown any context, behind that relationship, so why would I care about it or be moved by the song? But when you have a show or movie that develops a story or characters over time and then a banger music track plays during a certain situation or scene involving them, then my mind automatically associates that music track with that specific scene, and it is made much more enjoyable by the fact that I know the true context behind it. So when I'm hearing a track from a scene from a movie or show I've watched, I'm not just hearing the music, I'm also experiencing the story and the emotions that came with it. When I hear the Appleseed OST from Attack on Titan, sure, it's a great song, but my mind immediately conjures up the emotions I felt while watching Bertolt zoom up into the sky to transform in a burst of energy as he came to the realization that there were no good guys and bad guys in the story, just people fighting to survive. No song I could hear on the radio would ever be that powerful to me. And also, just to be clear, music videos, in my opinion, don't usually enhance the quality of music for me either that much, because, again, it's not really a story or narrative that I can get attached to in such a short time, unlike in a TV show or movie. There is probably no greater example of this visual and audio association in my head than the song Because I'm Happy by Pharrell Williams, which I first heard in the movie Despicable Me 2. That song was and is played a lot, completely unrelated to that movie, and was probably just a song that the creators of that film picked out because they liked it. However, every time I hear it again, I always associate it with my experience watching that movie. Every time, and, my enjoyable experiences watching it and watching Gru start to open up to not just the idea of taking care of kids, but also finding a woman in his life who can make him happy, is carried over whenever I hear it, making me enjoy it more. To illustrate more what I'm talking about, let's take a contrasting example. The song Baby I'm a Firework by Katy Perry was played during a circus performance scene in the movie Madagascar 3. However, I don't usually associate that song with the movie because I had already heard the song played before I watched it. And so, while I was watching the movie, I didn't actually enjoy the scene with the song played nearly as much as I might have because I had already heard the music before without visuals, which was just boring to me. Thus, when I heard the song played in the movie, it just seemed like a random generic pop song that was picked out to make the movie more modern. I don't follow artists or bands, I follow franchises, and I'm interested in the music tracks relating to them, not in the music tracks outside of them. I don't particularly care how much of a masterpiece Beethoven's Ninth Symphony is, it just doesn't really interest me. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed me explaining that interesting little phenomenon of mine and why I actually hate music unless it's not for movies and TV. I know a lot of people probably won't share my opinions or experiences, but I just wanted to put them out there because why not? Also, I will just say that, I don't just think it's my subjective experience relating to audio-visual correlation either. I genuinely do think that music from TV shows and movies is usually of higher quality than the stuff you would hear played on the radio. Part of this is because a lot of songs that are usually consumed as an audio experience, at least nowadays, are meant to be attention-grabbing. Relying on volume and flair, and in my opinion don't have the same subtle value that music meant to be played alongside a story or, for another example, more classical music does. I mean, I still get the feeling that half the songs played on the radio while I'm in someone's car would still be complete trash if they were played in a movie or TV show I like, but that's just speculation, of course. But that's pretty much it. That was my rant. This has been the Aromantic Shipper, and I am out of here. Always remember, just because you can't find love doesn't mean you shouldn't want other people to. Bye.